Hello, everyone. Today I'm here with MaryAnn Kohler. She is the product manager at Tupperware. Thank you very much, MaryAnn, for being here with me today. Can you tell us a little bit about Tupperware and what do you do as a product manager, please?
Sure. Thanks, Maria, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be here as well. Tupperware is a direct selling company which specializes in food storage and innovative home solutions. And Tupperware is headquartered in Orlando, Florida. What I do as a product manager is I am responsible for, with my team, products, all the products that are sold in the US and in Canada. So everything that you see on the website, in a catalog, a monthly brochure, all of the product information that goes along with that, the pricing, the retail values, all of that comes through my team. And so, as a product manager, we're responsible for everything from the beginning of the product, from the beginning of its life. So, when it launches, and the pricing, the color, the instructions, the any safety concerns that there may be, and we keep owning everything that has to do with that product, any questions that may come up, all the way until we find that maybe it's not as relevant as it was. And we either make changes to the product itself or we discontinue it because maybe we're bringing something else in. So we own it from its birth until it's time to be discontinued.
Awesome. So, did you do to get in that position?
Well, I first and foremost, I started with the company. I was in customer service
Mhm.
and I was on the phones, and then I went into marketing and I was involved with interacting with manufacturing. And so I learned a lot about the process. Um, and that really isn't required for product manager work, but it really does help with the company and having some of that background knowledge to know that we have a mold for a container and that mold is shuttled all over the world and we have to take turns using it. So that helped to have that kind of knowledge. At least the background, the operational stuff is already there. So then I could focus learning on more of the marketing, how we're launching this, the video, the pitch, and all of those things. Um, I have always been really passionate and really excited about the products because this is a direct selling company. We have a sales force and they sell at home parties or now they sell virtually and they will demonstrate a product in front of you. And a lot of times when they do their demonstrations, people get really excited about the results and wow, that's really neat that you can do something like this in your home. And so I always became really excited about seeing how people can make a product come alive and be a solution for someone. So ever since then, I've always followed the track of product. And in order to have this position at the company, a degree was required. So, of course, the biggest thing is going to school and graduating and getting your degree and just really having a passion and a desire to follow a certain path.
Awesome. So, um, how big is the customer base?
Well, Tupperware is in over 80 countries. And so some countries it's a lot more visible than in other countries. Our biggest markets right now are Brazil, and for the longest time, Malaysia and Indonesia were really big. With the pandemic, a lot of our countries had to shift how they were doing business. And so the US began to climb and do really well because our business was already set up for online purchases and online ordering. So it was a very smooth transition for the company. So we have millions of customers. In the US and Canada, we have over 120,000 Salesforce members. And those are the ladies that do the parties, or men, sorry, who do the parties and do the product demonstrations and the cooking demos and things like that. And so we really should be in all corners of the country. So right now there's always that desire to want to expand and grow. But right now the sales force is over 120,000 between US and Canada. And the customer base that we have is several hundred million.
Wow, that's amazing. So how does your day-to-day look like?
Well, my day today is well, first the first thing that I always do when I start is I go through my email to make sure that something urgent didn't happen in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
Um, I do get a lot of emails from other countries, and so while I'm sleeping, they're working. So we'll get emails from Europe, from China, from all over. I'll go through those, and then we also have started using Microsoft Teams. And so I'll go through all of my team chats. And then once everything seems to be okay as far as that goes, I have my to do list of things. Right now, our biggest project is we are working on producing our next catalog. And that catalog will be the autumn or and fall 2020, spring 2021 catalog. So it's a 6 month long catalog. And so right now we are getting those new products, we're getting them confirmed by manufacturing. And we're working with our creative team who's going to start photographing the new items for the catalog and setting up the new layouts and making sure that they can project the messaging that we want to show to our customers.
Awesome. So can you tell me about the most successful product you have managed?
Well, I would have to say that right now, one of our biggest products that I'm managing, I didn't get to launch this product, but I now have to manage the product,
Mhm.
is called a Micro Pro Grill. And it's actually this item, it's about this big, and it's actually a an item that goes in your microwave and you can grill in this. It
Mhm.
has metal, and the metal doesn't do crazy things in your microwave. So you can make a steak, you can make hamburgers, you can make a cobbler, you can make cinnamon rolls, you can make pizza, you can do all of these things in this little grill. And so it's extremely popular, especially for people who like to travel, people who go camping, people buy it for their children who are going to dorm
Mhm.
because they can make something nice and hot and maybe a little healthier
Mhm.
than Totino's pizza rolls, which there's nothing wrong with Totino's pizza rolls. Um, but that is an extremely successful product for us. That one has sold last year alone. It has sold 15 million in retail sales for us. So that's a really exciting product that we have, and it's definitely one of our bigger sellers.
Wow, now I want that product. So, what is the best thing about being a product manager at Tupperware?
What I love about the job is when our when our manufacturing and our product development, they will send me a product sample and I'll get to use it and I'll get to try it out and see what I like about it. And I think that that's such a fun thing to do because I'll be sent some instructions, but then I will be able to see, well, did that really work for me? Or does it work better to do this? And then I have that knowledge and I can pass it along to the people in our sales force and say, hey, guess what, I tried this and it works great to make this this recipe.
Mhm.
And so I really get a kick out of trying things and seeing how they work, and seeing what new solutions this product may give me in my kitchen. And I get really excited too when one of those products goes out there to sell and we find out from customers and from our sales force that, hey, this was great. This really, I sold a lot of these. I made a lot of money on this product. So this made a difference in my business. So thank you so much. I love hearing about that because it really is very dependent on the product.
That sounds amazing. So, what are some skills that your company looks for in potential hiring candidates?
Well, that is for me. I don't hire anybody, and I that's something that our HR department would be looking for. But what I can tell you that our department likes
Mhm.
and what they look for with a new hire is they're looking for a strong work ethic. They're looking for someone who can back up their work and have their research done. So, for example, if I'm looking at trends and I think that dogs really like food in something that's standing up, I need to have research that says that. I can't just say I think this is what it is. So always have research to back up what you're claiming. Definitely having a team oriented attitude because you are never doing anything all on your own. You always have a team that's working with you, and your team is what makes you successful. And always courage to speak up when you need to. Don't ever be afraid to explain in a very professional way if you find something wrong or you need to question something. Always have that courage to speak up.
Awesome. So, the last question that I have for you: what are some things that a college student that is interested in working for Tupperware can do to get their foot in the door?
Well, other than some of the things that we already talked about having the great attitude and being able to speak up, um, confidence really goes a long way. I know that that sounds very cliche and very generic, but I can't tell you how much of an impression it makes when you speak to someone who has a lot of confidence. For me, what makes me the most confident is being honest. If I am giving you an honest opinion, you're going to hear my most confident self. Um, I'm not one to, I have some friends who will embellish on their resume, and when push comes to shove or when their feet are held to the fire, they can't perform because they made something up on their resume. Being honest and saying this is what I can do and this is how well I can do it is really the best thing, because you can be confident in what you're saying and you don't ever have to worry about it coming back to bite you later. So I would definitely say honesty and confidence. Those would be my top two.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Marianne. Those were all the questions that I have for you today.
Okay, well, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.